occupational therapist. Welcome back to the VA support group. We're going to go around and introduce each other first before we do anything else. So I'm Addie. Go ahead.
What are we supposed to talk about ourselves?
Just say your name.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Cole.
I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Can I pick a different seat?
You can walk over here if you would like.
No, I'll be alright.
Okay.
I'm Kirk.
Hi, Kirk. Okay, guys, so I know we had talked about activities you might want to do, and we had kind of generally thought about building something. So today we're going to end up building a ladder, which would be pretty cool. But to go over some ground rules for the group, some things to know is we're not going to talk over anybody. Only one person talks at a time. And we do have a 3-strike rule, so if you're disrupting the group and causing problems, you get 3 strikes before I'll have to ask you to leave. And we just want to be respectful and understanding because everyone here is going to be telling things that are very private and struggles that they've been through. So we just need to be respectful of everything that's everyone been through. So you all have goals that you have talked about with your occupational therapist or other therapists since you have been discharged or retired from the military. And so today we're going to focus on those goals and find ways to help focus on them and be ready to charge through and achieve those goals. So for today, to start, I want everybody to write on a sticky note you're going to have a couple different sticky notes. It depends on how many milestones you've had, but I would like to hear all the milestones that you had to achieve to get to where you were in the military. So even if it started from when you were a little kid and your family was in the military. Does everyone understand? Okay, so just take a pen and then take as many sticky notes as you want. Pick whatever color you want, guys. And just write each milestone on a separate sticky note. Okay?
How many do we have to make?
As many as you feel necessary. You know your storyline, so whatever you felt like you've achieved and you had to work hard towards, you can write down. If you're all done, I'll take the sticky notes from you. You can keep the ones you wrote on, just the empty ones. And the pens. Thank you. Okay, so right now we're going to go around and share, just so that all of you can see the paths that you guys chose when you were in the military, different achievements that you've made. You can just share your story. So who would like to start?
I'll start. My path to the military started with my family. I was raised in a family of military-minded people that were in the military and lived their life that way, moved around a lot, and had that type of discipline in the home. I went to ROTC, obviously when I was going to school and the different schools I went to. And then I decided to join the Army and went to boot camp. Spent 2 months in Fort Dix. And then when I got out of boot camp, I went to Fort Campbell and did advanced infantry and spent a couple months there learning the schooling and in-depth training for infantry soldiers. And I spent time in infantry, field training, until I was in about 5 years and decided to be an officer. So I went to OCS and graduated from there in my 6th year and became an officer and spent 27 years as an officer in the military with my own company underneath me, keeping them well trained and a lot of times in the field.
Thank
I
you for
really enjoy
sharing.
my life doing that.
Thank you. Thank you for your service, by the way.
You're welcome.
Okay, who would like to go next?
I also grew up in a military family. Did JROTC in high school, and went to boot camp right out of school. And then did AIT to be a field nurse.
Okay. How many years were you a field nurse?
2.
2. Okay. Awesome.
I guess unlike everybody else here, I was not growing up in a military family. I did not know what I was going to do after high school, so I kind of drifted around for a year doing random jobs till I bumped into a recruiter. He talked me into joining. I enlisted with the thoughts of trying to figure stuff out once I was in the Army. Went boot camp. That was my next big thing I went through. A lot of different workouts, a lot of yelling. Then I decided to go to take my AIT for petroleum specialist, and after I did that for a couple months, I was deployed out in the field working, and I did that for about another year and a half till I decided to come home. And, still not sure what I'm going to do.
Okay, thank you for sharing, guys. So, obviously you've all been through the same milestones to initially get into the military. ROTC or just boot camp and your training that you had to go through. So that's pretty cool that you have all that in common and that you each have different views of what you did in the military. You're being a petroleum supplier and a nurse and then a commander.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So, yeah, that is really cool. And you guys had to work hard, didn't you? It's not easy being in the military. As you said, like a lot of yelling, strict schedules, stuff like that. The outside world isn't as strict, huh?
No.
Yeah. So today, just as there's a chain of command or a ladder that you have to go through in the military, we're going to build a ladder, and it's going to help you remember the goals that you had set for yourself before you went into the military and that you worked hard to achieve. And then after we're done making the ladder, you're going to be able to reflect on the goals that you've had for yourself now that you're outside of the military, either retired or discharged or whatever. And we'll be able to lay them next to each other, and you'll be able to take it home and cheer yourself on by seeing what you've done before and what you hope to be able to do. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I have supplies for each of you. So these are going to be have the rungs. You each get 4. Okay. Go ahead and put your achievements to the side. We'll use them in a little bit. And if any of you want hearing protection, it might get a little loud when we're using the hammers and nails. I have some. Does anybody want them?
Would you like to switch?
And I also have eyeglasses that we should wear. Got it? Perfect. We want to put these on so that none of the nails come flying and hit us in the face. You got yours, Cole? Perfect. If you want to, you can measure out exactly where you want your rungs to go. Does anybody want to be precise?
Oh,
Otherwise, you can just estimate it. You got it, Chris?
Yeah.
Perfect. Alrighty. Do you want to use one, Chris? Or do you want to just estimate it?
I'm just estimating.
Okay. Alright, you each get a hammer. And to ensure that we do not hit our hands with the hammer, I have pliers that you can pinch the nail with and then hammer on, okay? Because we don't want any smash fingers today. Here's one for you. This one for you. Okay? Alright, so you each get 16 nails. Did any of you have to do any building when you were in the military? Did you build anything in boot camp? No?
Just light assembly, setting up tents.
Yeah. Still pretty cool though. Okay. Here you go, Chris. Cole and Kirk. Okay. Okay. Chris, you want some help?
Yeah.
Alright. And you can make your ladder as wide or as narrow as you want. It's up to you. You tell me how I can help.
Yes.
You want me to hold this? Okay, perfect. How you doing, Cole?
I'm okay.
I hold here too. I'll come on this side.
I don't think it's going to.
There you go. Okay. Nice. Perfect. Good work. Ready? Another one. So you want to put it, you tell me, over here, down, over here. There you go. Good job. have extra nails. Good job, Cole. Good work. Alright, ready? What side do you want to do? That one? It's okay. They're small nails. And pretty easily. How's it going, Kirk? Doing
Oh,
okay?
pretty good.
Yeah? Okay. Let's see if we can move this in. Ready? How you doing, Cole?
I'm okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
There you go. It's okay. You wanna? We can always put another one in. Why don't you just flatten that one down? Good job. You wanna put another one in? Because I have extra nails. Is it straight? Okay. Do you wanna flip this? Do you want me to flip it for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, you hold this. Now I put it underneath. Is that okay for you? Have you guys built anything before? Any woodworking have you done before?
I built my own shed at my house.
You did? That's pretty impressive. Okay.
Something to
Sorry.
use it
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I do a lot of woodworking just for fun. Okay. What about you, Cole? Have you built anything?
Yeah, I do a little bit of working on the side.
Yeah. What have you made so far?
Shelving and
Shelving?
bookcases, that kind of stuff.
Maybe you could do something like with that as a job.
I've thought about it. Did you ever build anything, Chris, before? Some crafts. What was your favorite thing to do as a nurse?
that's why I did what I do. I like to help people too. Doing good, Kirk.
I like to measure,
Like to be exact, huh?
yes.
There's definitely some things that need to be exact.
All about it.
Well, you definitely have to be precise and on top of things in the military. Good job, Cole and Chris. Everybody finishing up at the same time. All right, do they all feel sturdy? Does anyone need extra nails? Are we good? All right. I'm gonna collect the hammers and the pliers. Thank you. So, the next part we're gonna do is work on writing our goals that we have for the future. So,
Can we take these off?
yes. Sorry, I forgot.
I don't like to wear them because they remind me of going to the range.
Yep, it's okay. I will be accommodating with anything that you need. We don't want to bring up any bad memories. Thank you. So, now that you're all out of the military, it's definitely a big change in your life. So, you're retired after serving for over 27 years, so that's a big thing. And Chris, you helped a lot of people, and I know the last couple months you've had to accept some help from other people, which isn't always the easiest thing to do. And Cole, you said you were just trying to find your way now that you're out of the military, right?
Mhm.
So I know that you guys have had some goals that you've talked about. So go ahead and do what you did before, each writing a goal on a separate piece of paper. And anything that you want to work on at home, at therapy, with friends, even just something like leisure, like reading a book, you write it down. Whatever goal you have is an acceptable goal. It's whatever is most important to you. And I'm going to get the string ready. You want to count 4 strings out, Cole, for yourself? How did you feel while making the ladder? Cool.
Pretty good, I liked it.
You liked it? It was good to.
Yeah, I like working with my hands, so it was nice to do that.
Sometimes I just like taking my anchor out on some wood with a hammer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay, you want to count 4 out for Chris and Kurt?
sure.
Thank you. So how'd you feel while making the ladder, Kurt?
I like it because it gives you something to concentrate on and think about.
Yeah, that's really important. You go from being super busy all the time in the military, up really early till really late at night, and then coming into the world outside of that, it's sometimes hard to find things to do, fill your time.
We only have 3 strings for,
Need one more?
yeah.
Okay. So what you're gonna do is just wrap it around. Cole, can I use your string as an example?
Which, all of them?
Just one of them. So we're gonna hang your goals off of each ladder rung, and kind of cute like. And then you're gonna hang your goals up next to your past milestones that you've achieved, so that whenever you go home or wherever you take this, you'll always be reminded of how you achieved things before, and you are strong enough to achieve things today. So it's gonna, watch your strings. It's gonna hang like this. You can adjust it, and then I have paper clips, and we're just gonna clip them to the string. Okay? Alright. So go ahead and tie them around, and I'll give you each 8 paper clips. Chris, did you like building the ladder?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you know you're also good at building things. Maybe you can pick that up as a hobby at home.
Just kind of a little bit of help.
Well, do you have anyone at home that could help you?
My fiance.
Your fiance? When are you guys getting married?
I'm not sure yet. We were supposed to get married in May, but we postponed it.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you'll find the right time. Looks like to me you've already figured out a lot of ways to adapt. So, yeah, it's pretty good. So I personally just wrapped it around once. Do you want me to go help on the other end? So Kirk, can you explain to us what goals you had written down for yourself?
I have build projects, make new friends, stay fit, and travel.
These are really good goals. Thank you for sharing. What do you guys think about Kirk's goals? Do any of you? They're okay? Yeah. Do any of you have similar goals? Cole, you want to share?
My first goal is find a job I like.
That's a good goal.
My second goal, do we share one?
If you'd like to, yeah.
My second goal is to stop drinking.
Okay.
My third goal is to save money. My fourth goal is to find my own house, my own housing.
Awesome. I'm sure you will have lots of help from everyone of us here to achieve all of those goals. Thank you for sharing. I know it's sometimes really hard to share things that you're struggling with, but
It's okay.
how about you, Chris? What were your goals? So basically, as we are wrapping up with tying the strings, I just want to remind you that like you always, all of you can come here at any time for support, even just to find activities to fill your day as you transition into this new life. And you can also rely on each other to help get through the hard times or anything you might be struggling with, or even good times. You all have been through such similar things in life. Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. Cool. Take your time. So what do you think about the ladder being a good description of how the military and life works? What do you think about that? Do you think it accurately represents what you guys have been through?
Yeah, it makes sense. It's orderly.
Orderly, yeah.
Do we start from the top or the bottom of our goals?
Either way. Sometimes if you think about it, climbing up a ladder and you're working up to the goals that you want. So you can put them in the order of what you might find important or things you have to do first.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Yeah. Of course. Right? Yeah. This will be a cute reminder of everything that you've accomplished and all of your goals at your house. All the pretty colors and something you'd be proud that you made. It's okay. You can put it whichever way you would like. You want me to take this off for you? They don't have to be in the right order if you don't want them to. You could probably just leave that on there. No. All right. Is there anything you would like to share with the group, Kirk, about how you felt today went?
I thought today went very well. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
There's a lot of thought was put into what our futures can be, not just what they are right now, but where they can be in the future as you work towards goals.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming. I'm glad to see that you feel safe in coming to this group and are willing to participate and have a little bit of fun. Can I put all the blue ones?
Sure, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Do you care what order they're in? You can tell me if you want. you doing, Cole?
It's okay, I'm getting them all done.
Doing good?
Yeah.
Do you want to share anything about how you feel today went?
I think it went alright.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Hopefully the next couple are good too.
Or this one next.
This one.
We can just Get it? Alrighty. Well, they all look really good. And I'm proud of your hard work today. So I want you to just go home and look at your great creation and remember everything that you know you can do. And remember that we're always here for you guys, okay?
Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you.
Thank you.